I guarantee these kids will like sexually experiment with each other, whether it be at like a sleepover or Bible camp or something like that. But they're definitely going to rub tips at once in their life.
Yeah, I have not gotten a haircut since the Kris Tyson video was released. I am making this video to fight off any misinformation that Mike is probably putting in his documentary. And I'm doing this because I just want to explain my side of the story. So before I start this video and get into it, I want to give a disclaimer that a lot of the things I'm going to be saying is based off of hearsay. So it's quite possible that it is inaccurate, it might be inaccurate, but also this is the information that I was working with and I got from very strong anonymous sources. So I'm going to keep my sources anonymous except for EDP because screw him. So EDP was talking to someone that he believed was a minor about when the documentary was going to be uploaded back during the summer originally. And so, of course, there were pictures of Mike Clum editing the documentary and uploading it to his Patreon, so we believed Bryant Moreland. And not only that, but if you are skeptical of whether or not that Bryant Moreland really was like sending information about the documentary, here's a selfie that he sent, and it appears that he is in a dressing room on what appears to be Mike Clum's rented out studio. So this guy on Twitter named Nicholas Diorio made a post about me trying to talk about I had to release my videos before Mike Clum released his documentary. And I'll explain it right here, but the reason why I had to do so is because, just to put it blatantly, Mike Clum was trying to defend Kris Tyson. So this is all alleged, and it comes from some very strong anonymous sources. But Kris Tyson is allegedly in the Mike Clum documentary, and originally Mike Clum was trying to defend him. So Mike Clum was going to have me in the documentary as a perpetrator and Kris Tyson as the innocent victim, I'm assuming as a victim of transphobia. It's because Mike Clum found out that I was feeding information to Bryant Moreland to try to get out the story. And so he invited Kris Tyson on with the intention of painting him in a good light. And this is what I've been told, this is all alleged. Which, if this is true, like, why were you trying to defend him, Mike? Like, you should have already known about the Shadman stuff. And not only that, but he also postponed his documentary for like half a year. I'm assuming it's because once I made those videos, and I sent it to Mike Clum and told him to send it to Keemstar, and I'm assuming that he saw the videos, because he did see the videos. I know he saw them, like, he saw that I sent the videos. I'm assuming that he thought that if I was right and it was true, he was going to look really bad for defending Kris Tyson. But why were you trying to defend him if you already knew about the Shadman stuff? So I'm going to mention Keemstar. I think Keemstar talked about Kris Tyson being in the documentary when he replied to his tweet. And so he talks about talking to Kris Tyson in private about Shadman. And so where exactly were you when you were talking with Kris Tyson in private? Was it the EDP documentary with Mike Clum? I think so. I think that's what you were referring to. So Gideon, allegedly he is in the documentary as well. And this is all alleged, and this is very serious. But how do I put this exactly? Now, this is all alleged. Keep in mind, it's not proven, and this is very serious. But allegedly, it is alleged that Gideon committed a crime botching the EDP investigation for YouTube views. This is a very serious allegation because EDP could have been behind bars. And you might ask, well, what was the crime that botched the EDP investigation? Well, allegedly, Gideon had instructed Kayla Hoskins, who is a minor, to continue talking with EDP, even though EDP was allegedly sending her porn and inappropriate messages. So allegedly, Gideon had instructed her to continue talking to Bryant Moreland, and I guess they talked about meeting up, I'm still not sure. But what happened was, when they had to go turn this into the police, allegedly, this raised several problems. Because a guy telling a minor to continue to talk to a predator that is talking sexually to them and sending them porn and other stuff, apparently that's a crime. And it caused problems because allegedly, if the case had kept moving forward, Gideon would have been charged with committing a crime against a minor. And he didn't intend on it being this way, he just didn't know it was illegal. And this is what I've been told from some very strong anonymous sources. Again, I don't know how true this is just what I've been told, but apparently Gideon's manager was doing everything they could to get everything dismissed against Bryant Moreland so that Gideon wouldn't be charged with his mishap. If it is true, you could have had him behind bars, but instead decided to dress up as a cupcake. Why? For YouTube views? For clout? I mean, if this is all true, this is very terrible. And I know what you're thinking, wow, that's a pretty big thing to claim based off of hearsay. Well, it turns out that Gideon put it on video himself. I want to be more specific about the video footage. If Gideon was instructing her to continue talking to EDP, it did not happen on screen. But the video does show that she did not cut off contact and block him and was giving updates to Gideon, who was awaiting news.
Within minutes of being caught in the act, EDP would lash out at his victim and say this.
He's texting me right now still.
What is he saying?
He told me, fuck you, bitch. That's what he said.
We got him.
But I'm already here. I filed the report.
So I'm not entirely sure, but it seems from the footage what I was told is correct. So, you know, this is all alleged, and we love this guy. He did nothing wrong. He just showed up on the radar, and allegedly he's going to be in the documentary, but this guy is critical. So Mike went to Critical to film him and told him about the Gideon thing, and Critical unfriended Gideon on Discord, and then Gideon started freaking out about it. What's even crazier is I'm going to keep these sources anonymous, and they had these videos of Kris Tyson, and he made these reaction videos on his old channel, and he's just saying vastly inappropriate things about children. And I'm going to play them for you right here.
So we just finished day 1 of practicing in the actual dance studio. How are you guys excited for the show? I'm yes, it's gonna be awesome.
That girl on the right looks like one of those 13-year-olds who got really attractive out of nowhere, and then now she's just like the biggest bitch ever, but it's like, you're 13, so nobody gives a fuck. Like, I had like 40 of those at my old school, and they just thought they were the most popular shit ever, and it's like, you don't even have boobs yet. Nobody cares.
Awesome. How do you think we're gonna do it?
I guarantee these kids will like sexually experiment with each other, whether it be at like a sleepover or Bible camp or something like that, but they're definitely going to rub tips at once in their life.
Like, I just think it's disgusting what he was saying here. I don't know why he was saying this. It's a very weird thing to say. And the thing about him talking about like kids having sexual experience, like it's all disgusting. I don't know why Kris Tyson was trying to talk about that. That was just a very gross thing for him to say. I don't know why on earth he'd be saying these things about kids. It's disgusting. So also I want to talk about the Mr. Beast picture. And I just think it's crazy. During the investigation with Kris Tyson, I came across this picture of Mr. Beast. Usually he's always like smiling, he's doing like a fake contrived smile, like a, you know, sort of deal. But in this one, he's actually frowning, and he's sitting on the couch, slumped over, watching Naruto. I know. Interesting, right? So this portion of the video is going to be voiced over, and I'm just going to talk about Mike Clum for a bit. I'm going to be talking about some of the lies that I expect is going to be put into the documentary. And one of the lies that Mike Clum is trying to spread and is probably going to put in his documentary is this weird accusation that I've photoshopped pictures and sent emails pretending to be one of his employees. I have already stated previously I had nothing to do with it. There were a group of people that did it, which I didn't even know did it until they later explained it to me. The group of people knew the documentary was happening, and they did not want the documentary to happen because they didn't want Mike Clum to give Bryant Moreland money and Mike to put him back into the spotlight. They seemed very convinced that Mike was going to and allegedly did pay him money and lied about not paying EDP money for the documentary. I'm not going to reveal who these people are because I believe these people are innocent. So the reason why Mike thinks it was me is because I had FaceTime audio called one of them, and they told me about the situation, and I said I'll do you a favor because they were helping me out with the Kris Tyson thing. I said send EDP my way and I'll try to convince him not to go. Mike Clum saw that they were referring EDP to me, and because of that, Mike is saying I'm the one responsible for photoshopping and sending emails claiming to be someone else, which is blatantly false. So these accusations against me are false. I did not coordinate or participate in photoshopping or sending emails in any way, shape, or form. I believe he told a Rolling Stones journalist this, and I was slandered on a live stream. During the phone call, which took place on my end at the time, when I was in a two-party consent state, it might have been recorded by them. EDP was eerily quiet on the phone for some reason. I took my experience with Bryant Moreland to try to convince him not to go. I made something up to scare him into not going to the EDP documentary. Mike Clum told the journalist that I was trying to protect EDP as an asset for clout, which is blatantly false. My intentions with Bryant Moreland has been the same since I first conjured up the idea at America Fest. My intention was, from the start, to capture Bryant Moreland. The plan was to get him close to find something incriminating on him and turn him in. Any time I had him call out other people was just me trying to get him riled up so he could keep covering the Kris Tyson information. I think Mike Clum is a huge hypocrite, and this was major projection on his part because I was told by an anonymous source that the whole purpose of him making these documentaries is so he can get them on Netflix. Which, if that is true, he's actually the one treating them like assets for clout. Also about Kris Chan. Kris Chan does what anyone asks him to, so it was going to be a way for me to get out the information. I wouldn't be surprised if Mike Clum tried to claim I was trying to blackmail him. This is bullshit. I just wanted to explain my side of the story because I did nothing wrong, and I wanted to protect the people that are innocent involved in that. I don't know if he's going to talk about this. I had to check if it's legal for me to say this, and I'm pretty sure it is, so I'll probably be fine. I don't know if he's going to bring up what I told him. I'm not going to say how I know this, but I was not lying. To the best of my knowledge, what I've been told is that yes, the federal police did open up something looking into Bryant Moreland. They just haven't done anything with it. So Mike Clum. Allegedly his name isn't Mike, it's John. If you look at the Secretary of State, his business which he flaunts around, the name is very clearly John Clum. He also allegedly has a criminal past. This all happened over a decade ago. I am mentioning for historical purposes, but apparently he was charged with public intoxication and disorderly conduct. He might have been getting drunk, screaming at people in public and trying to pick fights with them. And also allegedly he at a different time was disobeying an officer's orders. It's not really that bad. There's a lot worse people who quite literally have interacted with. You guys should already know. And all this stuff that he allegedly did was such a long time ago. I don't really think it's not really that important because he's probably grown and learned from his past actions. This is more hearsay. But supposedly he was a theater kid in college, and his dad helped him start his business, and he became a millionaire off of doing commercials. I've already mentioned this, but he is making these documentaries with the intention of getting them on Netflix. Well, that's about it for this video. I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. If you want to see more content like mine, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And don't forget, the link to BitJax's Twitter is in the description below. You guys have a wonderful evening, and that's about it. See ya.